Hi, welcome back to week 2, day 2, and we are now working on the superpower of your imagination. Now, today's lesson is have an open mind. Just surprising because most of us don't really realize how closed our minds can be. When I was a student, my teacher once said to me, never assume you know anybody, because everyone's a universe unto themselves and you can always be surprised. And the same goes with attitudes about situations and opportunities and people and things. For example, I want to tell you a story. Years ago, in my capacity as an intuitive consultant, a gentleman came to my home for an appointment. He was a doctor, and he was so excited to have the consultation with me. But as we were walking out the door, he said, Sonia, I really appreciated this consultation, and I love all things intuitive, but my wife just doesn't get it. I mean, she would just die if she knew I were here. It'd be so embarrassing. I had to sneak to come over. And as I was listening to him, my doorbell rang. And I went to the intercom to answer the doorbell and let my next client in. And when I answered, his face went white. And I turned around and I said, what's the matter? He goes, oh my God, that's my wife. And I laughed because he was just telling me how she would never, ever go for him being here. But what was even better was rather than staying and embracing him and saying, surprise, we both have the same idea, he asked me where the back door was, and out he went. So he was so willing to still stay in that closed place and probably a little embarrassed, but it showed me, and I hope it demonstrates to you, the importance of having an open mind and not assuming things about people, situations, opportunities, and what's possible. We have to open that up, and that's all part of the imagination. As we get ready for our jump start today, I just want to remind you that it has been said that we don't see others as they are, but how we are. So that's just, again, another invitation to open your mind by opening your eyes. Start by just looking around and noticing what is right in front of you. For example, if you go to work, notice the color of the eyes of someone that you work next to and may have worked next to for years. Notice the walls, the paint, notice the decorations, notice the things on your desk, notice what people are wearing, their hair color, notice details. This is a very strong and important workout for getting out of your head, getting out of your projections, and being really available to the energy around you, but it also feeds your imagination. You begin to see color, you begin to hear sounds, you begin to smell smells, you begin to wake up the senses, and the senses are what feed and strengthen and activate our superpower of imagination. Another way to practice being open-minded is to watch and observe how well you listen to people. Do you listen with a filter, only allowing in what you agree with and sort of pushing away or becoming argumentative with what you don't agree with? Practice in the open-minded exercise here, this warm-up for our jump start, to listen without filters. Just realize everybody is a universe unto themselves. So a person can have an experience and it doesn't negate yours. It's just their experience. They're in their own universe. And this also expands your imagination and begins to show you that it's a much more generally interesting universe when you begin to use that superpower of imagination. So now that we're warmed up, let's get on with our jump start. Our jump start today is called Let It All Hang Out. And this jump start activates your inner child, the part of you that's spontaneous and free and hasn't been influenced by the controlling energies of those around you. So it's going to take a little bit of a stretch and probably a bit of privacy as well. What I'd like you to do with this jumpstart is we're going to just pretend that you're a rock star. And you're going to get your hairbrush as your microphone, and you're going to go into the bathroom, and you're going to get in front of the mirror as your audience, and you're going to put on your favorite rock out song and turn the volume up as high as you can on your little speaker phone or whatever you have, but volume helps. And you're going to sing and dance and rock your heart out for the entire 3 minutes of the song. Now, I know that this is a big stretch jumpstart for a lot of people for the fact that you might not even be in your body. So listen to a couple of good rocker songs before you actually grab the hairbrush, because that energy brings your spirit back into your body. Pick songs that move you. Pick songs that open up your imagination and speak to you. And when you're alone, make sure you do this alone. Sing as loud as you can. Now, if you have to close your eyes, go ahead and do it. But I guarantee you'll end your little rock out concert laughing. And that is one of the best doorways to activating your imagination. So be brave, be courageous, be bold, and go for it. Today's booster is a wonderful way to wake up your imagination. And this is imagine the best of everyone and everything. And this booster requires that we go back a little bit to what we said before with the open mind and engaging that open mind and being present and experiencing life as though it's going to treat you so well. So when you stop at the coffee shop today, for example, expect that you're going to have the most wonderful time standing in line waiting your turn. Imagine you're going to get the best cup of coffee or the best cup of tea you've ever had in your life. In fact, imagine that your barista is so excited to create that for you. You tell him before he even makes it. You say, I imagine that you're going to make me the best coffee I've ever had. Imagine a coworker or someone in your family or some neighbor that irritates you, doesn't irritate you. Imagine that you're going to have the best conversation with them. You're going to see the best in them. You're going to appreciate something in them. So it might go like this. Wow, you look great today. I've never seen you look better. What a great idea. I've never heard something so genius. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you. Really, you're making my day. Or I can't think of anything better than to run into at this moment. Now, if they have the experience of you not imagining the best of them before, they might look at you a little suspiciously. They might raise an eyebrow, but have fun with it. Just smile. Just say it's such a great day and I imagine you're enjoying it too. And leave it at that. It's playful. It changes the energy. But it also begins to attract the best out of people, out of circumstances, and out of opportunities. So this is a really great booster and one that you'll get immediate results with. So really have fun with it and be bold again. Surprise people. Okay, welcome to the writing exercise. This is one of my favorite writing exercises of all time. I want you to get an alarm. You can use your phone or whatever you have, and I want you to set it for 5 minutes. And then in your journal, what I want you to do is write for the full 5 minutes all the most wonderful things you love about yourself. I want you to write down all your good qualities, all your talents, all the gifts you have, all the reasons to love you all the more if anybody knew you. And I don't want you to stop for 5 minutes. Don't pause, don't think. Just, if you have to repeat yourself, go right ahead. But I just want you to keep writing for the full 5 minutes and be willing to be surprised, because you might have forgotten about these qualities or not paid attention to them or haven't imagined that they were very important. So this writing exercise is a real game changer, and I know that you're going to love it, and it will wake up some imagination in you, because you'll start to realize, whoa, these are parts of me that I can use to create some good things in my life. So enjoy it.